Hello, and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming. This Final Fantasy VII Remake video shows you how to complete Chapter 9, a long chapter with lots of stuff to do, including optional side quests and badges. Also,
You can see the sky.
You make during the chapter,
They're still working on the new plate.
the majority feel that you have.
I don't like this part of Midgar. Back when they were still building Midgar, there was an accident, and the plate fell. People had only just started moving in, so there weren't a lot living there at the time, but...
And get the blue dress for Cloud. And if you did all the side quests in Chapter 8, Aerith will wear the intricate red dress. After completion of the game, you will get Chapter Select, and I will do the video on how to get the 2 remaining side quests and the 6 other dresses with respective trophies. Continue forward, it's fairly linear, then you get a cutscene and go through the shortcut that Aerith points out. Then you will face some Turks or cults. Feel as you are now stronger. Very easy to defeat.
It's been like this, you know, ever since the plate fell.
And there's no other way?
It'll be an adventure.
Going in!
Head forward, up the ladder, and face a lesser drake, and then head left before you go down the ladder, and get a chest containing a Moogle medal.
Easy. It's on now. 2 back.
Get him! This one's for you!
What's that?
The big arm. Kinda cute, don't you think?
Go down the ladder and you will come across a giant arm. You use this to bring it down so Aerith can climb on it, and then bring her over to the other side so she can drop down the ladder. And you can continue on and you will face a sweeper prototype, a slightly more aggressive version of the sweeper. It's weak to lightning.
I wonder if we can use this. It's this way. Here's an idea. I'll hop on and you give me a ride.
You serious?
Absolutely. I'll throw down the ladder for you to climb up after. Piece of cake. Give me a sec. And here comes the ladder. Well, what did I tell ya?
Stop.
Did we wake it up?
Allow me.
through here.
Follow Aerith, speak to her, and then continue on. Down the ladder and directly on the right is a chest with 2 high potions. Then continue on the linear path, defeat more enemies, then stick to the left hand side and down to get a chest containing 1000 gil.
Leave this to me.
I don't think so. That's it!
You're done. I got your number.
Marsha!
Keep it together.
I'll take care of him. I'll put you on ice. Good night.
Continue forwards and up the ramp and you'll get to another robot arm. First, grab the container and set it on the right hand side by the wooden platforms, and then pick up Aerith and take her to the container and she will get the binding materia. That allows you to cast sleep on enemies, and when leveled up you can cast silence and berserk. Then take Aerith to the ladder so she can drop it down.
Hey, I bet you can grab that container with the arm. I'm gonna head down. Okay, Cloud. Ready? Hold on a second. Gotcha. Okay, right there. Hold on while I drop the ladder.
Continue down and go left for a chest with a mega potion, and then go up the newly dropped ladder Follow Aerith, get a cutscene, and buy the 12th music disc from the vendor, and rest up.
Cloud, over here!
Turn around and defeat the lesser drakes, and head down and around and you will face some dumb gang members. Use // when you can, and they are weak to fire.
Never again.
Get him!
You're mine. It's over. Take the lead.
So it's my turn? Gonna get windy! We'll make it quick. Whoa, not too fast, okay?
Got it. Let's do it right. That's that.
Okay, guys, whatever you do.
Go through the gap that's left by the metal door and continue on, and you will face some bandits who are essentially the same as the named gang members you faced. They are weak to fire, and you face a sweeper prototype as well.
Shit! Let's get the hell out of here! Wait, you guys! Don't leave me! I'm coming!
Random question, but why did you quit being a soldier?
That is random.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Did you have any soldier friends? Any war buddies?
No. Not really.
Oh, okay.
Huh? What we got here? Fresh meat that just turned. That's one. Too bad.
Let's finish this. Buzz off. Keep it up.
Ready or not, here I come.
Enough.
Let me teach him a lesson. Hey, you asked for it. Get him!
Not bad.
There is another arm section which has 2 arms and another materia to get. Use the closest arm and pick up the container and place it on the upper right hand side next to the blue materia, and then take Aerith to get the magnify materia. You use this materia and link it to a spell materia, and it will increase the range of the spell and hit multiple enemies.
It's this way. Gotcha.
Take Aerith back to the start and then pick up the container and take it to the left hand side, below the second arm. Then switch arms and take the second container and stack it on the first one, and then take Aerith to the stack of containers and use the second arm to take her to the ladder, and she will be able to drop the ladder. Head to the drop ladder and continue on and defeat more bandits and get to the park and get some cutscenes. Before you leave, go through the gap in between the slide to the left and possible an outdoor toilet on the right to get a chest with an ether, and then talk to Aerith and get a cutscene and get a new mission to rescue Tifa.
Don't worry, we'll be on the same page next time.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, okay?
Hold it right there, lovebird! You wanna pass through our territory, then you gotta pay the toll!
We made it! Smell the fresh air? Cloud, up top! Guess.
Head forward and speak to the chocobo driver. Here you'll get a dialogue choice, and choose what I choose so you can ensure the right side quest will unlock. There is different variations and ways to do it, but follow the guide so it's guaranteed. Choose She's a Great Fighter, then after the cutscene, turn around and you'll see a chocobo with 2 people to the right of it. You can get a chest with a phoenix down.
Hey there.
She's a great fighter.
I'm...
Hey, newbie. This delivery isn't due for inspection.
Huh? These ones addressed to Don Corneo?
Yes, idiot. Those ones. Trust me, kid. There's a lot of things you're better off not knowing.
Then head right into Wall Market and then stick to the left hand side. Turn left at the first flight of stairs and you'll see Johnny run towards you. Follow Johnny and catch him up. He will be marked with a purple discovery and speak to him and then pick that you agree with him. This counts as the second Johnny incident for the Johnny Experience trophy and I'm pretty sure essential to unlock the Party Never Stops side quest.
Warmth, relaxation, the sweet embrace of pretty ladies? Oh, that's what I need.
I've done it again. Spent my whole
Maybe the breeze will soon you up. I'm so excited
To enter or not to enter? That is the question. Wherefore does this philosophical quandary torment me? You totally get where I'm coming from, right? I knew it!
Navigate back through War Market and go back to the 56-5 road, and there is a gap to the left so that you can get a star pendant from a chest. There is a few chests and music CDs, but I don't get them until much later on in the video, when you can get a few at the same time as the side quests, so less backtracking.
You're not allowed to see me at work. But there's something I wanted. I swear.
Oh, there's an energy pulse.
Head back to War Market, and in the centre, and it's marked on your map, Chadley will be there, and you can hand all your battle intel so far, and you'll get new materia to buy. And if you have completed them all, you will get to face Fat Chocobo in the VR simulation, and get some new battle intel to complete. The 10th battle intel to stagger 40 enemies will more than likely be completed. We will defeat Fat Chocobo to get that battle intel and summon, and keep on assessing different enemy types. The stagger effect part 3 to increase stagger bonus to 200% we will get when we get Tifa in the party, and can be done on the Fat Chocobo fight. And the refocus limit break one we will get later on in another chapter.
How'd you like a piping hot bun filled with the finest, most delicious and
Cloud,
delectable honey?
I will go wherever my research leads me, but the success of my endeavors rests entirely upon you. Your assistance would be much appreciated. Cloud, I have come up with the most fascinating theory. Perhaps you can lend me your assistance in gathering data to test it? Cloud, I've registered a new summons battle intel request. Please, take a look. I need you to defeat the summon entity so I can complete the materia.
I got a place you're gonna love.
I have to tell you that I'm grateful for all of your help thus far. I've done it! I've developed a new materia. I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel submissions. I hope you will continue to help me gather vital information for my research.
Fat Chocobo is fairly easy to beat, so you don't have to do anything special. Put all your best material and weapons on your characters. He does not have any elemental weakness, but magic spells will put pressure on, and so will Cloud's focus thrust. It has support from a Moogle sometimes, and the Moogle will send out random enemies. They are very weak, but you should take them out as soon as possible, or you can get overwhelmed. The first two moves you see that it does is roly-poly, an easy move that you can move out of the way, and boom, which it will leap up in the air and crush whoever is underneath. So again, keep moving to avoid it.
Try this.
Wark is a random buff that it does to itself, and Qua is a different type of roll that goes from wall to wall, and it's a lot harder to avoid, so you might want to block this move.
Let's do this.
Mind backing off a bit? This one's for you! Let's get serious.
No
Here
holding
it
back.
comes! One more shot! This one's for you! I've been dying to see you.
Here it comes. You're out of luck.
One more shot! This one's for you! Moving on then.
Truly amazing work, Cloud. This is incontrovertible proof that the universe has a sense of humor. Now that you have a fun new partner in Fat Chocobo, you can work together to squash Shinra like a bug. I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel submissions.
Follow the quest marker to reach the big house, which is Don Corneo's place. Before you cross the bridge, head right and get a chest with 1200 gil. Then cross the bridge and head left for a chest with Ether.
Check it out. I think we might have found our man. And he's a gaudy one.
Yeah.
Talk to the 3 guards at Don Corneo's place and find out you have to get recommendations from the 3, so Aerith can get in. One you have already met, which is Sam, the chocobo handler. Go back to where he is at the entrance of the War Market, speak to him, and pick heads as the dialogue choice. You will bump into Johnny a fair few times during the main quest, and none of these count for the Johnny Encounter trophy. The next one counts as when you do the Party Never Stops side quest.
How about I think to watch it.
What were you thinking? Stupid, stupid, stupid! Crawl into a hole and die!
Peace. Heads.
Head to the next main quest icon, which is the Honeybee Inn. You can't do the 3rd one until you try to see Andrea, which you get denied. Then go after the last main quest icon and speak to Madam M and pick the luxury course for 3,000 gil.
Oh, there's this energy pulsing from my fingertips.
I guess they're closed right now?
I feel rejuvenated.
Talk about a busy day, huh? So what do you say we grab a drink? Cut loose.
See the sign out front? All I got is materia. Thanks, buddy.
Thank God it's cold at night. Bed's cold.
That was the best thing that's ever been done to me.
Can you believe the bargains in this part of town? So many finds.
Oh, there's this energy pulsing from my fingertips.
For God's sake, who does that behind a back?
Oh, this place is full up too. I feel guilty.
What's it supposed to go down like this? This the place?
Oh my god!
I wonder if my honey girl got the flower bouquet I had delivered.
Oh gosh, my heart.
Here we go again.
I've done it again.
Maybe this is the way I should trust it.
How'd you like a piping hot bun filled with the finest?
Pretty rowdy place, isn't it?
That's what folks are more ripping off you. There's something downright wrong with this place.
Shit! Like I've got a brand new body.
Then make your way to the room. So?
As Aerith, wait until Madam M comes back in and speak to her and choose the option It's Alright.
You're one of the trio, right? I want anything wrong with my outfit?
It's alright, I guess.
Your next task is to win the tournament that's to the right before you get to Don Corneo's place. Go down the left and go into the left room, and there will be a vendor and a rest area which you can use in between each fight.
Nothing good. I wouldn't expect a fair fight in this town.
Think we can win it all?
That's one thing I'm definitely sure of.
I appreciate the confidence, just don't get too cocky, okay?
Get your delicious materia pops right here!
The doors are now open for tonight's
Spectators, please enter from the right.
You remember to wear tickets, right?
What's head to the waiting area down.
You will have 3 easy fights and a fairly tough boss fight. For the first fight, the beasts are weak against ice, so use Cloud's weapon that links materia. Use ice and elemental, and have Aerith with ice as well. Then have fire for the Beastmaster. Visit Johnny in the left room before you go to the Coliseum fight, and look at the bottle and refuse to drink it. In the fight, take out the Beastmaster first, then the beasts.
Should.
Allow me.
Here it comes! Go on!
Let's do this.
Can you believe it? I don't think anyone saw this coming! What a completely unexpected turn of events! And the winners of our match are Cloud and Aerith!
Contenders, please return to your waiting room. Cloud and Air.
For the second fight, swap ice with fire next to the elemental and Cloud's weapon. You will be facing the gang that you encountered in the slums earlier. With the fire-based weapon and using triple slash, they don't last very long.
Well, that was some bullshit.
For the third fight, you will need lightning next to the elemental on Cloud's weapon, and lightning on Aerith. You will face a sweeper and a cutter at the same time. Go after the sweeper first and attack on the sides and roll out of the way of its attacks, and cast lightning when you can.
Make your way to the
Does this mean I don't gossip like dead no more?
Damn, you two are really something else. I could use that kind of muscle in my gang. So hungry.
Going in. Buzz off. You're mine.
This one's for you!
Calling lightning.
I can't believe it! And the winners of the Corneo Cup, the deadly and dynamic duo, Cloud and Aerith!
You have to face a bonus round of the Coliseum, and it's a boss battle. And the boss has a rotating weakness of the main 4 elements: fire, lightning, wind, and ice. So make sure you have those spells. Cure and revive just in case you need it. Also, bio will be handy, as it will take damage over time. Make sure you use Chocobo and Moogle as the summon when it's available, as it does non-elemental damage, as Hell House will absorb some elemental attacks if it's the same element.
her fix my wagon.
So it's my turn?
The Hell House starts with chair salvo, which it launches a bunch of chairs at you and you hold block to mitigate the damage. Here you can see that it's on the fire element. Telltale signs of fire effects in the window are red. When it's the fire element, it will be weak against ice. I didn't get all the elements, but if it's blue, that means it's ice and it's weak against fire. If it's green, that means it's wind and lightning is its weakness. And then if it's yellow, that means it's lightning and its weakness is wind. Cast Bio so it takes some damage over time. Use Aerith as it's strong against physical attacks unless it's staggered. The house can do a jumping attack at you. When it's staggered, use Cloud to attack, and then it will transform and start doing more attacks, and it will run into you to do damage. House Call will jump up in the air and squash anyone underneath. Hospitality, it will suck a character in for a short while damaging the character. You can heal when the character is inside the house, just in case they are low HP. It won't be resistant to physical attacks.
The Hell House is showing us its true paint job! Powerful Aerith and Cloud and Dust! Cotton little stuffed animals are raining from the sky! It's so cute, I could die!
This one's for you!
The Hell House! That welcome its first guest! What kind of party is it? I don't know, but I'm glad I wasn't invited.
Duty calls.
Tearing through the coliseum like a tornado! A mogul and a chocobo! Don't be fooled by their cute looks, because they're here to kick ass and take names!
What the?
Cloud is going on the offensive, but will he be able to put that abominable abode?
Go on!
In its place?
One more shot!
Will this be the end for our great living space of evil?
Get him!
When it does God House mode, it will put a shield around it to attack its arms instead.
There will be no coming back from this one! The power is still holding!
One more shot!
Does our dynamic duo have what it takes to defeat the security of this high-tech home?
Good job.
These two got on the wrong side of this house! Can our couple go?
I won't let you down.
Did anyone get the number of that house?
Stay strong and carry on.
A heroic move by Aerith as she provides support for her partner. Savor that healing wind. Let it wash over you, restore you inside and out.
You'll feel it soon. This one's for you!
Did you think it was over? Think again!
Go on!
This house is built good!
The final phase, it will alternate between the first and second phases, and has a move where it flies in the air, and Heaven's Ward, a more powerful version of the chair move, and you need to block this attack.
Go on! Ladies and gentlemen, are you seeing
You've got this.
Take it over. First flying out!
Don't overdo it.
I'll take care of them.
What's this? The old switcheroo? As usual,
One more shot.
is up to no good!
You're fine. Gotta dig deep for this one. Let the winds caress you.
A heroic move by Aerith as she provides support for her partner.
This one's for you.
With that healing wind.
That's it.
Let it wash over you.
bitter.
Crystal Rose. Look at this. A gift from the Justice Superior John Corneo himself.
Go on.
If you want to know what's in the box, you'll just have to open it up and see. A miraculous escape from our courageous contender!
Go on!
They had a pretty wild time in there. Cloud and Aerith are on a roll! But can they stop? They've made just hit the cup, but it's still anyone's game, folks.
You'll feel it soon.
The fortunes of these contenders are still in flux, and there's no telling what might happen.
One more shot.
House is in a
Lend me
freeze
your
of
strength.
30.
Bless them with your love and grace.
A heroic move by Aerith as she provides support for her partner. Savor that healing wind. Let it wash over you, restore you inside and out. This house has had enough of the neighborhood riffraff.
There is 3 bonus battles that you can now do in the Coliseum. Worth doing, as you can get Cloud and Aerith's level 2 limit break. The first is Cloud's solo battle against beasts. Most of them are weak to ice, so have ice and elemental materia in Cloud's weapon, and use the ATB boost, which when in battle, press L1 and R1 to give you an instant ATB boost, and then do the same for Aerith's solo battles against the beasts.
Hey, been waiting for you. So, what are you in the mood to fight?
Allow me. Not bad. I got your number. That's that. You're done. Was never in doubt. Let's finish this. Too bad. Enough. Here it comes. You're mine. That's that. That it? Let's do this. You're done. Allow me. Nothing to it. Best do it right. Sloppy. Roar! Let's finish this. That it?
I'm coming! Maybe this'll do the trick. This one's for you! That wasn't so bad. One more shot! And we're safe. Get him! We'll make it quick. This one's for you! Feeling chilly? I think we're almost done. And catch! Glad that's should make you stronger. I'll put down ice. Don't catch a cold. And we're safe. Every little bit helps. I'd keep my distance if I were you. One more shot. Get him. This one's for you. We'll make it quick. One more shot. Get him. Moving on then.
The final bonus battle you can do is Cloud and Aerith will battle against the Slum Thugs, so use fire in Elemental on Cloud's weapon and fire on Aerith.
Okay, choose an opponent to fight.
I got your number.
That was close.
No escape.
See you around.
Calling fire.
Go on. I'll show you what I can do. Get fired up! Sorry, but I gotta. Can you take over for
Hang
me?
back. Let's finish this.
That wasn't so bad.
When you face huntsmen, have one to be in front of the shield and the other team member will attack. And if it turns around, then you attack and then cast fire when you can.
Best do it right.
That's it! This one's for you!
Need a light. Going in. Here we go.
One more shot! Moving on then.
Just in case. Burn. You're done. No escape. Let's finish this.
This one's for you! One more shot! See you around.
I returned to Chadley to hand in the battle intel where I scanned 20 enemies. Remember, still scan enemies as you have to do 30 enemies in total, and get the new materia and return to Madam M and speak to her.
Make way for the champions! Take out a soldier. You were incredible! You know...
Out of curiosity.
I have to tell you that I'm grateful for all of your help thus far. I've done it! I've developed a new materia. I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel submissions.
I've done it again.
I swear.
Return to Sam and activate a couple of side quests to do while waiting for Aerith to get ready, and then on the map go to the Bird and Thighs side quest on the left hand side. There is a chest in the gym on the right hand side which I did go back for later on in the video.
They call themselves
I think this is where they said
never seen you before.
To complete this side quest, you have to win a squat challenge. You do this by pressing the right buttons in time. You start with the triangle, press it when it lights up, and you always go the same order clockwise with circle, X, and square. Eventually the diagram will disappear, so every time Cloud moves, press the next button in the same order you have been pressing. If you press too soon or late, you will fall over and spend a few seconds getting back up. Your opponent will fall over several times, so no rush and get into tapping the buttons in rhythm and you will easily win.
Not bad at all.
I knew you could do it!
You've got this, come on! Your form's looking good!
That's how it's done!
Not bad at all. Your form's looking good! You've got this, come on!
I knew you could do it!
You've got this, come on! Not bad at all. Your form's looking good!
That's how it's done!
You've got this, come on! Not bad at all. Your form's looking good!
I knew you could do it!
If you're ever up for training, our doors are always open to you. Let's work together to maintain healthy minds and bodies.
Yeah! Fight through the pain. Almost done.
If you're ever in the mood for another workout, just talk to Jay or Ronnie.
There is a trophy to get with a few more rewards in winning 2 more squat challenges, each one getting harder. Challenge the guy to the left of Jules for the second challenge, and you have to do it faster and keep an eye on the diagram, as sometimes you will have to press X multiple times, and this will give you a boost and then the cycle gets faster. Even when the diagram disappears, it will come back when it's time to get another boost.
That's how it's done!
You've got this, come on!
I have faith in you guys!
You've got this, come on! Not bad at all.
That's how it's done!
Your form,
Come on! I know you've got more to give! That's how it's done!
you've got this, come on! Not bad at all.
You two are doing awesome!
Ah, shit!
That's how it's done!
You've got this, come on! Not bad at all. You're
Looking good! Let me see you sweat!
You've got this, come on! Not bad at all.
That's how it's done! I knew you could do it! I have faith in you guys!
You've got this, come on!
That's how it's done!
Not bad at all. You've got it.
Yeah! Feel the burn! I knew you could do it! That's how it's done!
Your form's looking good.
Come on! I know you've got more to give! I knew you could do it!
Not bad at all.
No!
Nothing to it.
You did it. You really beat me. You gotta be in incredible shape. It's unfair that you guys are having all the fun. What do you say? May I have this squat?
You up for some exercise?
The final squat challenge is with Jules himself, and he squats very fast with his own boost up. You will have to complete every boost yourself faster and really tap the cycle of buttons really fast. Faster than normal, you shouldn't make a mistake and fall over, as it does go really fast.
You are in the zone! I believe in you!
Who'd have thought it'd be this close?
Thomas,
I can't get enough of those beautiful muscles!
Poetry in motion. You're better than I thought. Slow and steady. 1, 2. I believe in you. 2. Poetry in motion. Yeah, Jules. Show that sissy how it's done. How much training do you do? You are in the zone. I hear your muscles crying out in joy. I believe in you. You are in the zone. You're better than I thought. Oh man, who's gonna win this one? I believe in you.
You can do it, Jules! We're rooting for you!
I believe in you. Poetry in motion. You're better than I. You are in the. Oh man, who's gonna win this
Who'd have
one?
thought it'd be this close?
You're better than I. Poetry in motion. How much training do you? I can hear your muscles crying out in joy and you are in the zone. You're better than I. Oh, slow and steady. 1, 2, someone's training you. You are in the... You're better than us. Yeah, Jules, show that sissy how it's done. I believe in you.
Was never in doubt.
I had no idea how strong you really were. You truly are something, aren't you?
Listen up, everyone. We can be stronger, better. Let's hit those weights.
You got it, Jules. Endurance and determination. That's what counts.
The second side quest you can do, and if you did everything shown in the video, will be the Party Never Stops, which is only a little up and on the left hand side. Go in the clothes shop and speak to the shopkeeper, and Johnny will join you in this quest. And go into the bar and speak to the shopkeeper's dad. After you get your next destination, speak to the karaoke singer to the left to get a music CD.
Are we even allowed to walk through the door? I'm getting it. This is the Drunkard's Den, the best place in Wall Market to drink away your problems. It's mostly the same folks every night, so... Whoa, you just waltz in there uninvited. Listen, there are rules for this kind of... Hey, wait for me!
This is my jam. It speaks to me.
This is a new song of mine. Maybe it'll be that number one.
Head to the next destination, which is the materia vendor, and then speak to him, and then head to the empty building that's to the left of the restaurant. On the way, I visited the pharmacy and bought another music CD, but you will talk to the pharmacist as part of this quest, so you can do it when you come back here. To the right of the vending machine is a room with a chest with some adrenaline, and then activate the vending machine. If you have used your assess materia a lot, you'll get a bonus item, and then you get the key item you need and go back to the materia vendor.
I'm sorry. I'm getting the works. I'm gonna get an extra helping of Rex. Maybe I ought to give up. Quit screwing around. Move back home. It's stronger than you might expect. Yeah, I miss mine too.
I don't even really know how people use materia. They're just like huge orbs of... This place looks kind of creepy, don't you think? Like maybe they practice ritual sacrifice, or... Hey, wait for me!
Time has come for me to wield my powers of assessment. I can feel it. Oh, I can feel it. I'm in for one wild ride. I'm gonna see some weird shit tonight. Yeah.
Ripping off you and me.
Relax, man. Relax. You gotta relax.
Hey there. We're a pharmacy, but we stock other stuff too. Thanks a bunch.
I saw the new Coliseum jam down in Sector 5.
I have the perfect room for the both of you. Just say the word and I'll show you to it.
Huh? No, we're not here for that. That old weapons vendor's a total weird.
Look, a Type 60 tank and a Rocket 13.
I saw the new Coliseum jam down in Sector 5. Coliseum champ, down in Sector 5. I saw them at Coliseum champ, down in Sector 5.
Hey, are you really leaving me out here? You need me. You need my knowledge and expertise to unlock the machine's secrets.
I don't need to whip it out. I've done this before. Watch this.
Whoa, look at you, bro. Huh? Is this the sauce? I don't know.
Come on, bro. You know there are more hidden buttons waiting to be pushed. Oh, so this is the sauce. Neato.
You're a winner! Have a prize!
Shit.
Come on, you guys. Let's check out.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
I think this is where they said to you. Come on, bro, hurry. All right, you ready for this? Let's show him what we brought back from our little trip into...
Getting kind of hungry, actually. Did you smell that?
The next destination is the restaurant that's next to the building with the vending machine you just visited. Talk to the owner and it doesn't matter what you choose, Johnny will still get sick. Then visit the pharmacist where I bought the music CD, and depending on how high your cleansing materia is, mine was level 2 so I had to heal 2 people. If yours is level 3, you have to heal 3 people.
Drugs right now! Out of the way! Out of the goddamn way! No.
Eat them two at a time and the flavor will change. That merc was a corneo.
Tonight we're getting out of curiosity.
What lovely flowers.
I've done it again, though.
Just look at all these.
I swear.
Can you believe the boss breathing? Hold it. Best to steer clear of this alley. You may not like the people you find down here, and they may not like you. Give any thought to what you want to do next?
I want to open my own place, but the competition is pretty fierce.
There's no way you'd survive out there, huh? Oh, this place is full up too.
Maybe I ought to give up. Quit screwing around. Move back home. Live with my folks. Yeah, I miss mine.
Tourists.
They're ripping off you.
I think this is where they say...
Goodbye, cruel world.
Hey!
Bro!
Huh? You know this guy? You'll probably find this guy sprawled out on the ground somewhere. But make sure you check his symptoms before giving...
The pharmacist will give you clues of where the sick people are, but there is no markers. The first one can be found in the bar where the karaoke singer is and the dad of the clothes shop is. Look for the toilets and heal the sick guy.
Come on, asshole! Hurry the hell up!
It was poison, I tell ya. The sick son of a bitch puts poison in his food.
I've got meds. Let me take a look at you.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, you saved my life. Here, it's not much, but it's yours. No. I'm grateful for your help, but do you think a guy could get a little privacy?
Chocobo beam.
The other sick people are optional. You can go back to the pharmacist and continue the side quest. The second sick person can be found in an alley behind the clothes shop, and you can get a barrier materia as well.
It's a restaurant, if you can believe it. The owner's
Are you sure about this, man? Corneo's gonna give up. Give it to me, please. I'm begging you, miss.
Get away from me before I scream.
Like I give a shit.
That rotten, putrid smell. I'm soaked through. It'll never wash off.
I've got meds. Let me take a look at you.
It's gone. That horrible pungent scent of food is finally gone. My nostrils owe you, man. Here, my way of saying thanks. Smell that fresh air.
Should probably head back.
If you got the third sick person, he can be found in an alley south of the massage parlor. Then head back to the pharmacist, and after, back to the dad in the bar, and then finally back to the clothes shop to finish the side quest.
Maybe this is the way I should swim.
Yes!
I saw the new coliseum chair down in Sector 5.
And then there was this crazy looking house, right?
It's a VIP card.
So that's the old dude's inspiration. Of course, it's so simple. Back to the
Hey, I'm talking to you. I said they're good.
Still can't believe burgers.
Come on, I gotta know!
The more you eat,
You
the
still
better
got the
they get.
inspiration,
Fresh
right?
chocobo
You didn't
bean
lose it?
popcorns.
My heart is beating so fast, bro. Like it's gonna burst right out of my chest.
But counterpoint, I love
Chocobo bean popcorn here. Shaped like everybody's favorite chocobo.
Hey,
Greenmore. Should probably go see Sam again.
Return to Sam for the final side quest of the chapter, and Sam tasks you another battle at the Coliseum. Head there and pick the special match, and you will fight two classic Final Fantasy enemies, the bombs. And surprisingly, they are not weak against ice, but use any magic against them except for fire. They can grow when damaged, but they are weak, so you should be able to defeat them quickly.
I still can't believe it.
Yes!
double or nothing on this next match. Come on,
Could take on a soldier.
We've been waiting for you, champ! Stands are packed thanks to you. Now get out there and give them a show!
Allow me. You're done. You're mine. I'll end this. Gotta give it my all. Let's do this.
Before we continue the main quest and finish the chapter, there's a few chests we can get and 2 music CDs. The first, a music CD. Head to the area marked with the arrow and talk to a cowgirl to get the music.
For an even lovelier price.
I'm here for some good old count time.
If only someone would lend us a hand. I have so much work on it.
I can't believe I bought the same disc twice.
Excuse me. If you like, you can have it.
Head to this area at the bottom middle of the map marked by the arrow to find a jukebox that if you interact with it, you'll get another music CD.
Outside the bar, so I'm not gonna talk to her. But I'm no stalker.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Maybe the breeze. I'm so excited to find out.
One more drink, what do you say?
This is a restaurant. Believe it? The owner's just kind of weird.
One more. Come on.
Oh gosh, my heart is racing.
Your blood pressure.
You're not gonna see
I'm so excited, I can't breathe.
What?
Gotta stay sharp, though. Lifetime ban's a lifetime ban.
you're too good for my...
Pretty round one. All round one.
Look, a Type 60 tank and rocket
This thing here. Hold up. That right?
Not far from the jukebox, head to this area marked with the arrow for a chest with some celeris. Head back to the gym to get the headband accessory from a chest in the toilet on the right hand side. Ignore if you got it when I pointed it out.
This thing here. Hold up.
Look, a Type 60 tank and rocket 13.
How'd you like a piping hot bun filled with the finest?
Exit the gym and head left and towards Chadley. At Chadley, head right and then up the stairs on the left hand side for a chest containing an elixir.
Chocobo.
Yeah, but monster
Hey, I'm talking to you. I said they're good. Try one.
additional charges.
Oh dear. The boss isn't gonna like that.
spot years ago. I love coming up to the watch the chaos down there.
The final thing to do is go to the weapon shop and buy the hard edge for Cloud. To get quicker proficiency on the weapon, use the infinity end on a staggered enemy.
Who's that?
Think you're too good for my buns? Come here!
Can't have just one. More you eat.
No double or nothing on this next match.
Welcome to Wall Market's premier weapon shop. Do come again.
Blow us all to hell.
Head back to Madam M and check on Aerith. You'll get interrupted by Johnny. Follow him to Don Corneo's place and speak to the bouncers at the door, and then head back and Aerith will appear, and then follow Aerith to see Andrea.
There must be something to do.
I swear.
Oh, this place is full up too.
So, like, how'd you get so strong anyway, bro?
I said.
The way you fight, bro, is like poetry and violence. Bam, bam, whoosh, whoosh. You know? I really wish I could be just like you. My problem is that I tend to overthink and overanalyze everything. So, bro, do you have any advice for a smart, stand-up guy like myself?
No.
Oh, come on, bro! Well, this is it for me.
Look at you all dolled up and fabulous. Where are you headed?
Well, what do we have here? You're quite the pretty little lady.
She's not bad at all.
What? Say that again.
Don't be like that. You're still the most beautiful girl in the world.
Hey there, cutie. Where you headed? Why don't you let me buy you a cup of coffee?
Done it again. Struck my whole
I give her a big F. That dress is completely overshadowed. She's
You're like the beautiful flower.
Why are we here?
Head into the Honeybee Inn and speak to the receptionist, then enter the first door to the left and get a chest with a sedative. This would be a good point to save, and then head to the trio of honeybees at the end door. And you do want to practice the dance move minigame. If you get all 10 right, you will get a music CD, so that's why you should save. The dance minigame, you have to press the right button, which will be one of the main 4 buttons, X, triangle, square or circle. It is the same sequence every time, so you can memorize, and then when the hexagon appears, you want to press the button when the lighter hexagon shrinks and lines up perfectly with the hexagon to get a great score on it. You can pause it, so you can watch the video and get ready to press the button at the right spot. If you fail to get the music CD, you can practice until you do.
Hey there, dollface. We've been waiting for ya. Come on in, have a seat.
No, I'm not here for...
Huh? Oh, wait a minute. I think you might have wandered into the wrong room by mistake. You? This is your first time, right? It's okay. Do you want to practice your dance moves first?
Why would I want to do that?
Andrea thought it might be a good idea. Over here! Come on now!
Hey, hold on.
Perfection! Work it, honey! Delicious! Perfection! Work it, honey! Delicious! Perfection! Work it, honey! Delicious! Perfection!
Now you have to do a much longer dance minigame in 3 stages, and it's based on a point system, and great is worth 5 points, good for 3 points, and bad for 0 points. So you can get a few bad ones and still get enough points, which is 112 points, to get Andrea's gift. And the trophy, like the tutorial, you can pause and study the video. and it's the same sequence of buttons every time. And if you saved beforehand, if you made too many mistakes, just remember you do have to do the tutorial again to unlock the music CD again. As Aerith, follow Cloud and talk to him. You will now unlock a trophy for having 3 dresses, which you get no matter what dresses you get, and then we will get the other 6 dresses through Chapter Select. As Cloud, go back to Don Corneo's place and talk to the bouncers to be let in the mansion, and go up the stairs and into the room at the end.
Hey, watch the way you walk.
What do you say? Hey, little lady, are you lost or something?
Huh?
Why don't you take my
Trust me, I would if I could.
Whoa, I still my heart. It's the girl of my dreams.
There you go again. Stop looking at other girls.
Why did you hire that merc to be our tour guide?
Whoa, that is one hot chick.
wait for the next match.
The two of you here for the audition? Second floor, at the very end of the walk. And don't go poking your nose in where it doesn't belong.
That one's Madam M's girl, ain't it? Man, she's hot. That Andrea's girl? I'd let her do things to me.
Go to your room and wait. Quietly.
Room's at the end. Keep walking.
Head forward and get the chest on the right hand side containing a turbo ether. This ether restores 500 MP. And then interact with the vending machine on the left and buy the music CD. After a short while you will be called and then head upstairs for a cutscene.
Now, ladies, listen up. I'm sure you're still feeling a bit woozy, but tonight's audition's about to begin. Head out the door to the left and up the stairs. Come on, ladies, let's hustle.
All right, guys, let's do this.
Do you want to do this?
As Tifa and Aerith, you need to head where the Dawn and Cloud is. Equip any new material you want on Tifa. You will face some human enemies in this short last segment, so have both for fire materia. Make sure you equip Aerith's new weapon, the Arcade Scepter, and start to work on the ability to unlock it quicker. When you activate the Fleeting Familiar, which is a handy ability that summons a fairy to attack the enemies, activate any ability or spell straight after you summon the fairy. So you will need 2 ATB, so use ATB boost to get the 2 ATB slots quicker. Before you exit the room, there is a chest behind you containing a Molotov cocktail, an item that you throw and causes fire damage to enemies. Continue on the linear path, defeat the enemies, and before you got the stairs, under the stairs is a chest to get a Fury Ring, which increases damage but you also take more damage. Head upstairs, head through the next door you see, defeat more enemies, and head through the door and get the last cutscene, and you have completed the chapter.
Here it comes! This one's for you! Back me up, okay? Mind backing off a bit? Get him! Ha! And catch! One more shot! Go on!
Nice try!
Here it comes! This one's for you! And we're safe.
What are you doing here? Hey, ain't you to the ring?
What? One more shot! Ha! Don't let him stop us! Hey, you asked me. See you around.
Are we on schedule?
If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, where there are more RPG and Final Fantasy walkthroughs, plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases to retro games. Thanks for watching.